Did you get the phone call from CPS today? I know. Deep breath. I know the mixed feelings that comes with that phone call. Relief that your grandchild's going to be okay. They're going to bring them to you. Mixed feelings. Is your child handling this well? Regret that you weren't there to protect your grandchild more? Maybe a little guilt because you're wondering what this means to your life, to your retirement, to your future, and you feel guilty about that because you know your grandchild needs you. That's what we're going to unpack today, one breath at a time. So breathe in, breathe out. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. So the investigator came over and probably had you sign some paperwork, did a cursory background check, and left you with a child or two. In my case, it was a child I hadn't seen for over a year. We didn't know if that child was potty training, if it could speak, or what she liked to eat. It worked out. Remember that it's just for today. The person that you met today is probably the investigator. You may not see that person again because CPS will assign a case manager going forward. Probably in the next day or two, you'll have a court date, and you can attend that court date in person or by some kind of computer, Google Meets or Zoom, whatever product they use in your jurisdiction. I suggest, and I'm not an attorney, so just as a grandma talking to grandma, if the child is young, I would suggest not taking it to court the first couple of times. See how mom and dad are handling the situation before you want to put that child into any kind of situation that could be traumatic. Of course, if the child's older, the child has rights to attend, and you might want to facilitate that. Every situation is different. So you'll attend that meeting. You'll also probably given a checklist of things you need to get done in the next 30 days. See a dentist, establish a primary doctor, get caught up on vaccinations, things like that might be what you need to do. One bite at a time. I'm going to give you some hints. First of all, know that mom's going to have an attorney that represents her. Dad's going to have an attorney that represents him. The child's going to have an attorney that represents what they want, typically. And in some states, the attorney is known as a GAL, guardian ad litem. Some it's an attorney. It just depends on your jurisdiction. In addition to that, there's citizens that are trained to be CASAs, court-appointed special advocates. Unfortunately, there's less volunteers than there are cases, so you may not be assigned a CASA. I suggest if you're not assigned a CASA in the first 30 days of your case, get on the phone, call the CASA office, and see what the status of your case is, what the chances of you getting a CASA is. A CASA will represent what's in the child's best interest, which may not be the same thing as the attorney representing what the child wants. Those can be two separate things. You can tell why that might be important. Finally, your just placement, when you go to court, they'll ask you to speak and tell how the kiddo's doing. That's about it. You can hire an attorney yourself and have that attorney file as an intervener in the case. And again, every situation is different. You might want to think about that. We'll speak more of that in later videos. Also understand this, if CPS or whatever they call that agency in your jurisdiction is involved, it's in a court, dependency court. If you filed because you saw some things that were concerning, that would be in family court, two different courts, different rules. And we're talking about Child Protective Services or whatever the agency's name is in your state and how those rules typically work. And again, I'm just grandma giving you tips, grandma to grandma. At the end of the day, I want you to know that what you're doing is hard, but it's important, and I appreciate you. So for now, Seek the good, find the joy, and know you're loved.